So she's going to be kind of in and out. So as soon as Ashley gets on here, she will take us away with Ashley is going to start us off. Ashley, you have about 15 minutes or so. You can share everything you need to say, and then you can open it up for questions. As soon as I see Melissa Booth pop on, she's at VBS right now, and she's going to be hopping on about 8:15. As soon as she gets on here, then you can be wrapping it up, and we'll switch it off to her so she can finish and get back off. So without further ado, you can take it away. Can't wait to hear what you have.
Great. Thank you so much, Katie. And thank you, Joe. I'm just so excited that I get to share with you all. If you would have asked me 7 months if I would be sharing about mindset, I would be like, yeah, right. This is definitely not what I would be sharing about. But it is an area that I was very weak in, and I'm going to explain a little bit more kind of my story. And I have done a lot of growth in and learned a lot. And so I hope that I can be a blessing to you and just share a few little nuggets that I have learned along the way. So if you were like me and you think that mindset like doesn't really matter, that's definitely where I was. I just want you to be open-minded because I was like you and it does matter. And so hopefully you'll just stay open-minded because it is something I had to learn the hard way, and I don't want you to learn the hard way. Okay, so a little bit of my story. So I started Plexus for the products, not for the business, and I started in December of 2020. My husband is a teacher. I was a stay-at-home mom. And so a few months in, I was like, these products work. They were changing my life. And I thought we have to be able to afford them. And they work so well. I wanted to tell my family. So I told 3 people. And so I started sharing in the end of January of 2021. And I went, I think fairly quickly. I hit silver in February, senior silver in March, and then went gold in May of that year. So pretty quick. Then I stayed at gold for about 10 months, and I went senior gold in March of 2022. Okay, so we were doing really well. It was kind of a slow year, but like felt okay, we're doing good. I hit my highest points in May of 2022, and then over the next few months hit 70 points in November. Okay, so if you can think about this, like well over gold points to 70 points in a matter of what, 4 or 5 months, my mindset was not in a good place. I didn't have confidence anymore. I questioned if I was even supposed to be doing this. I thought there's no way I'm ever going to succeed. All of the sabotaging thoughts that we go through when we go through a struggle like that is what I had. And I knew because I was doing my IPA daily. That's something that I knew I could control. And so I did it daily, but I was not seeing any movement whatsoever. And so I thought, you know what? Let's turn to something else. Let me look at my mindset. And so I did a lot of growth. I watched a lot of trainings. I did coaching. I read a lot of books and was able to learn and grow. And I'm going to kind of share like where I'm at now, but I want to share what I learned. Okay. And so the first thing, so I kind of broke it down to three main points. The first thing that I learned is that we have to take our thoughts captive. And we've all heard that. If you're a Christian, you know, the Bible talks about us taking our thoughts captive. It says in 2 Corinthians 10:5, bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Well, if it's important enough for it to be in the Bible, then it is surely important enough for us to be able to take our thoughts captive. And while I knew that, I was not doing it. It means practically that we are in prayer every day. I had to be in prayer every day, multiple times a day, not just for what I wanted, but I had to retrain my brain and my thoughts to believe different things. I had started tying my worth and my value to how I was doing in this business. And when I wasn't succeeding, it took a big hit mentally on just how I thought of myself and how I thought of just who I am as a person and what my value and my worth was. And so those are the thoughts that we have to take captive. So some common thoughts that I thought, and that I am sure if you have gone through a season of struggle in your business or your life, you have thought these as well. But things like specifically for this business, no one wants this business. No one wants to do it with me. The products are too expensive. No one's buying them. This reach out that I just did, they're going to just say no anyways. I was literally to the point that anytime I got a message back, I just assumed it was a no. Like just out in the morning, I would say, I'm like, well, it's probably a no. It's probably like, no, thanks, not interested. That's where I was at. And I'm sure that others of you have been there too. Those are thoughts that we can't have. They don't serve us. All they do is sabotage our business. They sabotage the way that you reach out. Even if you're doing your IPA like I was, it doesn't help you. So we have to change those. We have to recognize when those thoughts come into our mind. We have to pray about them, but then we have to let them go. Like, they're not helpful. They're not serving us. They're not biblical. They're not from the Lord. The Lord doesn't sit there and tell us, you're no good at this. You're never going to succeed. That is not from the Lord. And we have to recognize that and change that. And Joanna talks about this all the time, about changing our thoughts and changing the things that we're telling ourselves. So if you're thinking nobody wants this business, you just change that thought. You release it, you let it go, and change it to, God has the right team in mind for me. He has the perfect team in mind for me. When you think nobody can afford this, you think, God made a way for me to afford it, and I know that he will make a way for others to afford it. If you think, I'm never going to hit these goals, I had that a lot. I just felt like I couldn't even dream anymore, because I felt like I would have a goal and I wouldn't hit it, and I wouldn't hit it. And so changing that to saying, you know what, the Lord has a perfect time for me. He's preparing me, and he's preparing me for something good. And so I need to trust his timing. It's just simply changing those. And I say simply, it's not simple. If you're in that spot, you know it's not simple, but it's daily being in prayer and daily working through that. So the second thing is learning to honor the struggle. And this is something I heard a diamond say, this phrase, honor the struggle. And I thought it was really good. It's recognizing that it's hard. John Maxwell talked about it. If you were at convention, he talked about everyone struggles. That is part of it. And being able to say, you know what, this is a good thing, because one, it means I'm normal. Everyone goes through it, but we have to recognize, okay, this is normal. And I have to just keep pressing forward through it. If our mindset is negative, then we're going to feel like we're the only ones who struggle, right? We're going to see everyone else on our sidelines or in our uplines or our downlines. Everyone else is ranking up. Everyone else is succeeding. Everyone else is adding new customers. And if we have a negative mindset, we're going to think, look at me, I'm not doing anything. Look at them, they're doing this, they're doing that. And we start comparing. Okay, we need to say, you know what? They have points where they struggle too. We're really easy. It's easy for us to recognize when we're doing good things, but a lot of times we only see that. We don't see the times that we're struggling. If you didn't know my story, you didn't know that I was sitting over here at the lowest points I'd been in it for a long time, and that I was struggling with this mindset, because that's just not what we put forward, because it's difficult and it's hard. And so don't let comparison steal your joy and steal your activity, because one thing that when we don't honor the struggle and when we don't recognize that it's okay to struggle, then what does that lead towards? Well, it leads to a feeling of working from scarcity and fear, and those won't serve us. When we think, oh, nobody, I have to get another VIP, I have to do this. All it's doing is putting the focus on ourselves and not on others. And if we want to truly help people, which we do, and we want to help our own families, we have to be focused on other people. We can't be operating from a space of fear, because again, that will paralyze us. And then we're not doing any action. So we're not reaching out because we're scared. We're not sending business reach outs. We're not sending the scary messages. We're not posting from a place of joy and confidence anymore. And so that negative mindset, while you think I might be doing the actions, it's affecting everything that you're doing. So like I said, two things that it can kind of create is that inactivity. We just stop doing it. We stop going to team calls. We don't go to, IPA out, our power hours. We don't do our book studies anymore. We stop listening to trainings because we think we just start comparing. The other thing is, like I said, that working from scarcity and fear. So some of the things that I found helped me is recognizing that. But also watch diamond documentaries. A lot of times it's easy for us though to think, oh, well, they've got it. What I really like is when they share like how long it took to get there, or even other, not even diamond documentaries, but just other people's trainings. If you listen to enough training videos, people will share their stories. Fallon Reed, when I listened to hers, I mean, she was stuck at gold for a long time and not maintaining gold. She was stuck there for a long time. We don't hear that because we see the success that they have. But when we start digging deep into these trainings and diamond documentaries, we learn everyone else is just like we are. Everyone else had a point in their business where they were stuck. Yes, 2 years, Joanna said. She was there for 2 years. If she can be there for 2 years and be as successful as she is, surely we can be there for 2 years and it's okay. So that was the second thing. Honor the struggle. Continue to do your actions daily. And the third The third one is, and this is a phrase I think I first heard Jen Lee say it, but that our boldness is tied to others' blessings. So when we take and we stop having this scarcity mindset and this mindset that's only focused on us, we have to realize that us being bold and confident is tied to other people's blessings. If someone hadn't have shared with me, I would not feel as good as I do, and my family would not be adding the extra income that we're adding. We all have a story. If Joanna didn't share with Katie, think about Katie. She could barely walk. And so, like, we have to remember that when we stop focusing on other people because we get into this negative mindset of we're not good enough or we can't do this, then we're robbing other people and we're robbing the Lord of a chance that he wants to use in us to help someone else. And I think that's the most powerful thing, is that when we realize that the Lord does have us here for a reason, he wouldn't bring us here and he wouldn't give us the dreams that he's put in our hearts just to take them from us. And that was a powerful statement that kind of hit home to me when I first heard it of, okay, you know what? If the Lord has me here for a reason, if he put these dreams into my heart, he's not just putting them there to steal them away. That is not from the Lord. That is not of the Lord at all. But we have to remember that boldness is tied to others' blessings. And so I started doing all this growing in this area. And I just want to kind of finish with how it has gone. So like I said, last year in November, I was at 70 points. And I did the math, and all last year I had signed 24 VIPs. And remember, I was struggling with a big mindset issue. Okay, 24, which isn't bad, but it's only 24. This year, in the first 6 months of the year, I've signed 24 VIPs. So that's double from last year. And the only thing that I have changed is my mindset. It changes everything. It changes the way that we reach out. It changes who we reach out to. Those people that we were scared to reach out to, I was terrified to reach out to our athletes' parents. My husband and I coach track. I didn't want to reach out to them. I didn't want to reach out to the people in our community because it's scary. And we don't want people to reject us. And it's that awkward, like, oh, what if they don't want it? And then they think this and they think that. Finally, I just had to let it go. And when you then operate from a place of abundance, you can be bold. You can be confident in what we have. Being confident in the business that we offer, in the products that we offer, we all have seen it's changed all of our health in one way or the other. All of our lives have been changed. And if it can change that for us, think of how many people are out there suffering in silence that we don't know. And so I just want to encourage you. Like I said, I didn't think that I would be sharing about this, but I want to encourage you that if you are in that negative mindset, pray about it daily. Take your thoughts captive, change your thoughts. And guys, I have not mastered this by any means. This is still a daily struggle. In fact, I am working really hard for this cruise, and I went into the cruise with no team working under me. And I said, there is no way I can get it because I'm not a good recruiter. Guys, you know how horrible of a mindset that is to say I'm not a good recruiter. And I knew the only way that I could get there is if I was going to be a good recruiter. I was able to change my mindset, and I'm super close, guys. Prayerfully, I will get it this month. And that is all mindset. Okay. That is mindset. And that is the Lord blessing the work and blessing the growth that I have kind of put in. And I don't say that in a prideful way, but it just takes growth. And so let's see. I probably missed a whole bunch of stuff, but take your thoughts captive, honor the struggle, keep pushing through daily, push through daily, and know that it's okay and it's normal. And then third, remember that your boldness is tied to other people's blessings. So be bold and let the Lord use you in this business and let him use your life to change other people. So, okay, I tried to keep that condensed, but if anyone has questions, I'm happy to answer them if there is time. But thank you so much, guys. I hope that it was a blessing. I hope that it was an encouragement. I hope that you take something away, especially if you are in that negative mindset, because I feel you, I get it, and you can grow past it. I promise you.
Ashley, oh my goodness. I'm just like, we could just have an altar call right here. Just be done. But Melissa is hopping on. So instead of doing questions now, I know she's on a bit of a time crunch. So let's hear Melissa. She's going to share with us. And at the end of the call, if she needs to hop off, that's okay. And then Ashley, if you're still here, if anyone does have any questions, guys, be writing those down. And then we can get to those at at the end after Melissa shares, because I want to be really careful with her time. There's just so much. Ashley, thank you so much. You are the person to share on this, and it was amazing. So I'm excited to hear what else we have coming tonight, because that was already so good. All right, Melissa, you can go ahead and unmute and take us away.
Hey girls, I just wanted to say I'm at my church's VBS right now, so I got to be super quick because I got a team of 20 girls that are waiting for me. But actually, that was so good. I appreciate you sharing that, because I feel like in the past 6 months, I've grown so much in shifting my mindset. And it really is a daily battle for all of us, really. And a verse that, or not a verse, but a quote that I literally held on like these past 6 months as I was trying to continue ranking up was, turning a negative into a positive is an expressway to success. Because we can harbor in all of our negativity that we have, or our fears, and stay stuck in our goals and what we want to do. And that's really, it cripples us, right? Like it does not allow us to grow and do what we need to do. So I needed to determine where I was at. And I knew, I was a silver for 3 years, to 2019. That's when I joined. And nothing was happening. I felt like I was doing all the things and nothing was happening for me. And I was determined, especially this convention, that I was not going to go back a silver. I wanted to make sure that I was at a senior silver level at least. So what did I start doing? I started to listen to empowering podcasts. I started to follow other people that were kind of like in that same journey of like ranking up. I prayed a ton. And, I just was like trying to really set up a routine about praying for my business, and all these actions really set the tone on how I played out my month of May and my month of April, and planting all those seeds that I needed to plant. I started to journal to improve my mindset. And the number one thing that I would say changed everything for me was just being kind to myself. I feel like we are our worst critiques, right? No, Melissa, you can't do this, or you'll never get to that. You'll never earn this cruise. You'll never get to this. You'll never. And we're telling this to ourselves. So I encourage each and every one of you, when those negative thoughts come in, be kind to yourself. Believe that you can do this. Believe that you have all the capability to do it. Believe in yourself, because I really don't feel we're all here by mistake. God obviously has a special plan for each and every one of us. And if we don't trust in our own abilities, then we're never going to get anywhere. So that was a big thing for me, was being kind to myself. And then challenging those negative thoughts. You'll feel more positive about your business and about your outlook when you challenge those negative thoughts. Get them out of there. Get outside of that negative perspective and start creating positive things. Share your thoughts with a trusted friend, someone that is going to tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. I have so many people in this business that set me straight every time I get in my head. And they say, Melissa, come on, you can do this. You can totally make this happen for yourself. So what I learned was especially what I was doing for my customers, or what my customers needed. My customers didn't need a Melissa that was set in her negative ways, not really helping. I feel bad for all those people that I didn't share with, because I was stuck in my negative self, like not really true to who I knew what I could do and what I can share with people. And that was really a big eye opener for me, because I have so many friends and family that were suffering. And because I was so fearful of like the what if I can't do this. And I had like a stagnant period in my business, but that all changed for me because I started to really shift that mindset, and I really started to see the gift that God gave me and share that gift with other people. So those are the steps that you can actually take to improve. And you also have to think about what are the things, or the one thing that you haven't learned yet that could change everything for you. The one thing that makes everything for you. So if there's something that you guys get out of this today, is jot down some things that you haven't learned yet, or maybe that you need to try and learn, because that might be the one thing that will change your whole perspective on your mindset overall. Now I'm on fire. I am like halfway through earning this cruise, because I've been working my butt off on making sure that I'm staying positive in my mindset, and I'm staying true to what I know I can do. And I'm just praying that the Lord will continue to bring those people to me. And I'm just so excited. So that's really all I had. And I'm praying for each and every one of you as you guys are all trying to reach your goals as well.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Real quick before you hop off, does anyone have any questions for her or any statements? If not, you can drop them in the Diamond Bound chat after this so that she can get going. Thank you so much, Melissa, for leaving your activities there to jump on. It was so good. And I just feel like it paired so well with what Ashley shared too. And it was just totally meant to be. So thank you. You too. Have fun.
Bye.
Okay, and we'll just wrap up here. It's just been so good. I just would love to hear if anyone has any other thoughts or any questions for anyone before we end this. I'm really excited. This was a great call. Anyone? All right, well, we are cheering you on. And if you don't already know this, the new Plexus Go app has diamond documentaries that are super easy to find. Tons of them. So I would just click and watch one every single day, even with your kids, with your husband, help him dream. He might not even know what there is. You may not even know what we could do in this business. And those are just so belief building. I started watching those right from the beginning. Joanna always told me, go watch Diamond Doc, go watch Diamond Doc. So like I probably see most of them, but you can never watch them too often. Like they're just so inspiring. And the app now is really easy to find those. And then training on YouTube. It doesn't have to be, you know, hard. Look, Plexus and Fallon Reed, Plexus and whatever leader. Tons of videos are going to come up. Put one on while you're doing the dishes, while you're ironing clothes, while you're folding clothes, anything. And you can get so much done and your mindset's just going to explode and you're going to be so focused and so excited and amazing things are going to happen in your business. And I'm just so excited for all of you. Ashley, my husband props his phone up while he's in the shower too. And I just get scared it's going to fall over and ruin. So I don't ever do that, but that is a great time to do that. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for hopping on. This has been so much fun listening and just getting so inspiring or inspired from each of you. So thank you again, Ashley. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening and we'll see you later.